Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now I'm kind of a bit late making this video, but I did want to talk about the upcoming champions and champion buffs nonetheless. First and foremost, yesterday it got leaked. So this information about the new champion, Kraven the Hunter, has not been confirmed by Kabam. The champion buffs have been officially confirmed by Kabam. But Kraven the Hunter is the league champion and set to arrive in the contest in December as the only champion, as has been the case last couple of years, with the case of Spider-Ham being only December champion and Silver Surfer being the only December champion the year before that. This time it's set to be Kraven the Hunter by all looks of it. And a lot of people have been asking for years. I really know the fact that Kraven has a huge fan gathering as a villain of Spider-Man, and he's likely probably set to be skill champion. In most variations, he's just a regular human that's a very skilled hunter, learns its prey and basically adapts. So he could either have some sort of weird ramp up ability or something like that, because that's kind of like the point of him, where he stalks his prey. And obviously a lot of people are, again, very excited to have Kraven in the game. That being said, I think most of this video, I wanted to talk about buffs to Hawkeye and Joe Fixit. Now, unfortunately, we do not know which one's getting full overhaul, which one's getting moderate update, but recently that line there has been blurred, because we have definitely had champions who have received moderate updates and have been changed much more significantly than some of the shittier, lazier overhauls recently that we have been seeing. That being said, there are several reasons why I am personally quite invested in these buffs in particular, and why I will definitely pay quite close attention as soon as any information is released and as soon as any testing is available. And it is not just the fact, oh, I have these champions as 6 stars, therefore, I'm interested. But it's much more than that. In both of these champion cases, it's much more than that. So let's start with Joe Fixit, which is going to be an easier case to cover. Joe Fixit has been a meme for ages, but the reason why his buff at the moment is important even to the tippy top of the top game players is because he has synergy with Kingpin, who is one of the more popular and more used champions these days for a variety of content, from Alliance Quest to Alliance Fort, story mode to pretty much everything. And right now, the set trinity is pretty much Hood, Kingpin, and Mr. Sinister. That's kind of like his full-on trinity to enable Kingpin 100% purify ability accuracy, and then obviously have a bit of power control thanks to Mr. Sinister. But if Joe Fixit is a great champion in his own standalone right, and I'm not saying that Hood isn't, he definitely is. I actually do have a rank 3 Hood as well, and I do enjoy using him. But having options and choice is always ever so important, especially when it comes to the metagame or planning your alliance war, attack teams, and things of similar nature. Now, currently, you kind of have to go with Hood, because Joe Fixit is useless. However, should Joe Fixit become actually good and actually viable option for some of the fights in Alliance War or something in Story Quest, then given this flexibility, it will further cement the rise of Kingpin to being one of the more prominent champions in the game, as I do believe he already is. But that will definitely be kind of like indirect boost to Kingpin's utility, in my opinion. Then carrying that trend, he also synergizes with several worthwhile champions, namely the Hood himself, Sorcerer Supreme, increasing the stun debuff duration, and also giving him immunity to reverse controls thanks to the Overseer synergy. So overall, it's always a pleasant moment when a champion that has a healthy amount of important synergies receive a buff, because it potentially can shape off the actual teams, the actual top tier gameplay when it matters. And a very similar story is with Hawkeye, if not even much more so. Because when we look at the Hawkeye is one of the most synergized champions in the game. You can see all this huge list of champions. First and foremost, he has a synergy with Tigra. Now, obviously, a lot of these synergies might end up getting changed, but that is not the problem here. Even if the synergies are changed, they typically do still exist. Most of the time, Kabam does not take away these synergies. So he does currently synergize with Tigra, who is obviously a great champion. And then we have synergy with Falcon, Captain America Infinity War, another premium top champion. Even Quake. The synergy with Quake is important, increasing ability accuracy. And then we have Black Widow, Deadly Origins, Void, and perhaps most importantly recently, Hercules. Because the synergy with Hercules is actually extremely important for Hercules as well to reduce the Infuriate cooldown, and therefore having much higher percentage of the fight with Infuriate buff active, which is when Hercules is at its best and safest to play because opponent becomes extremely aggressive. Now, currently this synergy is actually very potent for Hawkeye itself, so hopefully it remains in a similar fashion. But that kind of just illustrates the point here. Synergize with Hitmonkeys, Spideys, whatever, War Machine, Mr. Negative, Darkhawk, Mangog. Plenty of active used champions in case of Hawkeye, in case of King, and in case of Joe Fix, maybe not as much. Therefore, I do generally think that these buff choices, well, I'm quite happy with them. I'm quite happy with them in case of Hawkeye, definitely for their actual character relevance, because finally Hawkeye might be, you know, the crappiest of Avengers in general, but it's still one of the OGs of the game that is getting buffed. Now we just need hope for OG Cap and OG Iron Man and Superior Iron Man and World War II Cap to get buffed and champs like that. But this is a good start. Finally, we get one of the OG Avengers buffed. We also get Joe Fixit, who is an extremely old champion, definitely deserving of a buff, and as I mentioned, quite potentially going to be useful in different aspects of the game. So when it comes to these two champions, I'm actually quite happy and pleased, but at the same time, I just hope they're good. I just hope that these buffs are good, or at the very least decent. And when it comes to Kraven, again, I know he's a huge fan favorite. He's not exactly my favorite character personally, but I love seeing champions that are wanted to be added. I think that it is much more healthy for the entire game and the community when we get champions like Kraven, Lizard, and Sandman, and I don't know, whatever else is currently popular in MCU and things like that, over champions that nobody cares about, over Silver Centurions and Jabari Panthers and things like that. So here we are. That is what is going to happen next month. We're going to get Kraven, likely as the solo champion. At least that's all we know about for now, and that has been the case in the last couple of years. Then we have Joe Fixit and Hawkeye buff. Let me know what you guys think about these, and I will catch you guys soon. See ya.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about